ID is the key off the street. It is the single most important thing to ending the condition of homelessness.
Arizona is a state where you can be arrested simply for not presenting identification when asked by the police. A friend was in the office a few weeks ago, and he says, I don't get the big deal. My sister lost her driver's license. She went to the motor vehicle division, and they gave her a license for $12. What's all the hoopla about? Well, it's a big deal if you don't have the $12. It's also a big deal if you've never had an Arizona driver's license and have to get the documents together to get it, and that's what we do for people. Thousands every year. We give them the key that they need to get work, to get housing, to get off the street, to get medical assistance, food stamps. Everything depends on what we do. Every other agency that helps the homeless in Maricopa County sends people to us because they want them to have identification.
My name is Deborah, and I work for the Chaplaincy for the homeless, but I haven't always. I'm a recovering addict. I used drugs for, I don't know, a long time. But for a long time. And I went to prison. I stayed in prison for 3 years. When I came out of prison in 2007, the first place I went was to the chaplain's office. He ordered my birth certificate. I went and got my ID. I got my Social Security card, and I was staying at the shelter at Cass. Well, when I got all these documents, I went and I got my food stamps and everything, got that going, and then I think I got out in February of 2007, and in March, the end of that month, I got a job driving trucks. Then I was able to go to school, and I got a CDL. But see, I couldn't have done any of this if I didn't have any documentation.
Whether a person has the motivation to move themselves beyond homelessness or not is not going to happen without ID, period. They cannot not only get a job, they can't even spend a full 6 months in the shelter over here. You have to have, and that is the basis of even trying to tackle your problem. And I think a lot of times, because the general public doesn't understand, or doesn't, because we have our ID in our pocket, we don't think about what it takes to replace it. I think we forget that if you found yourself at your lowest, and you come in thinking, okay, I'm going to pull myself out of it and get an ID, and you've just been told, well, you're going to wait 6 weeks in the shelter for your birth certificate, and you're going to have to get your Social Security card, and after you get your birth certificate, you're going to have to get on access because you don't have enough to get ID. A lot of times, being at your lowest already, you're just devastated, and it's very difficult to face those kind of obstacles. Up until about a year and a half ago, there was no web presence at all other than our website. And I started the Facebook page and kind of rolled with that, and I kind of dove into Twitter, and I started writing a blog just from my personal experiences, just how I changed when I started working down there. In the beginning of the year, started doing a weekly newsletter. And it generally is a brief synopsis of the week. And again, I think when you reach people with a personal story, that's when people start to care.
I hope you understand that it's not about the chaplain at all. It's about the chaplaincy and the chaplain's office and the people there. We need your support. And it isn't about me, and it's not even about them. It's about the 4,000 people we're going to help in the next year. Because if we're not doing it, nobody else is.